There are civilizations we remember, and then there are civilizations that feel almost unreal. A land of massive pyramids, golden tombs, strange gods with animal heads, and a river that gave life to everything round it. This is ancient Egypt, a civilization that lasted for over 3,000 years, empires. Rise and fall in centuries, Egypt endured for millennia. But how? How did one civilization survive for so long, in a world that was constantly changing? To understand Egypt, you have to start with a river. The Nile River wasn't just important. It was everything. Every year, the Nile flooded. At first glance, that might sound like a disaster. But it wasn't. The flood left behind rich, dark soil perfect for farming. In the middle of a harsh desert, Egypt had life. Predictable, reliable life, and that predictability shaped Egyptian thinking. While other civilizations feared chaos, Egyptians believed in order, balance, stability. Because every year, the Nile returned, and as long as it did, life continued before Egypt became a powerful kingdom. It was divided, two lands, Upper Egypt in the south, Lower Egypt in the north, separate, different, rival, until one ruler changed everything. Noma. He unified the two lands around 3100 BC, and with that, Egypt began. This wasn't just a political act, it was symbolic. Two crowns became one, two lands became one kingdom, and the pharaoh became more than a king. He became a living god. In Egypt, the pharaoh wasn't just a ruler. He was the center of everything, a link between gods and humans, responsible for maintaining balance in the universe. This idea was called Mat, order, truth, harmony. And if Mat failed, everything could collapse. So the pharaoh's role wasn't just to rule people. It was to keep the world functioning. That belief gave Egypt something powerful: unity, stability, continuity. Then came one of the most iconic periods in history. The Old Kingdom, the most famous of them all. The pyramids of Giza Plateau, massive structures built with incredible precision. No modern machines, no advanced technology, just human effort, organization, and vision. Pharaohs like Khufu built monuments that still stand today, not just as tombs, but as statements of power, of eternity to the Egyptians. Death wasn't the end. It was a transition. These pyramids were designed to help the pharaoh live forever. But Egypt wasn't just about kings and pyramids. It was about people, farmers working the land, artisans crafting tools and jewelry, scribes writing in hieroglyphs. Life followed the rhythm of the Nile, planting, harvesting, repeating. Society was structured but stable, and compared to many ancient worlds, Egyptian life could be surprisingly peaceful. Even women had more rights than in many other ancient societies. They could own property, run businesses, even rule. Egyptian religion was everywhere. Gods controlled the sun, the sky. The afterlife, like Ra, who sailed across the sky each day, or Osiris. Rule of the dead. The afterlife wasn't just a belief. It was a destination, a journey. That's why Egyptians practiced mummification, preserving the body, so the soul could live on. Everything they did was connected to what came next. Egypt didn't stay strong forever. There were periods of collapse, instability, division, but it always came back. The Middle Kingdom was a time of rebuilding, stronger government, more control, a renewed sense of identity. Egypt adapted, and that's why it survived. Then came Egypt at its peak, the New Kingdom. Pharaohs like Ramesses II expanded Egypt's power. Military campaigns, monuments, diplomacy, and figures like Hatshepsut proved that leadership wasn't limited, Egypt became an empire, strong, wealthy, influential. But even Egypt couldn't last forever. Foreign invasions, internal struggles, shifting power. Eventually, Egypt fell under the control of outside forces, including the Persian and Roman Empire. The civilization that lasted thousands of years became part of something else. And yet, Egypt never really disappeared. Its monuments still stand. Its stories still fascinate. Its legacy still shapes how we see the ancient world. Because ancient Egypt wasn't just a civilization. It was a way of understanding life, death, and eternity.